Welcome to Thoroughbred Action from Gulfstream Park. I'm your host, Ron Nicoletti. It is Friday afternoon, one day before the $1 million Sunshine Millions, but we have 11 exciting races here on Friday. Let's get right to those track and weather conditions. The main track listed is sloppy. There is no turf racing this afternoon. The first race is 6 furlongs. These are maiden claimers. Fillies, 3-year-olds. Scratch number 1, Casting a Couch. The off-time favorite, number 4, Sweetwater.
They're off. And it's Lucent Lady who comes out sharply for the front. Bermuda Longtail away in second. Sweetwater is third. Birdtastic fourth. And then it's Charming Fantasy on the outside. Murray's Girl and Tale of Presley. The field running up the backstretch. In pursuit of Lucent Lady, Bermuda Longtail is second, right alongside the front runner, while the favorite Sweetwater is just outside the top two, running in third. And they go past the first quarter in 22 seconds flat. Break of 2.5 lengths more back to Charming Fantasy, who's inside of Birdtastic and moving up. And then it's Murray's Girl and Tale of Presley. 3 furlongs to go. Bermuda Longtail on the outside of Lucent Lady, and outside of them it's Sweetwater. These three race across the track. Charming Fantasy has progressed up into fourth and is just in behind the leaders as Sweetwater takes over, coming to the top of the stretch. Sweetwater from Bermuda Longtail, Lucent Lady on the inside, and trying to come and get them is Charming Fantasy. They went 45 and 2 for a half mile, and they come into the final furlong, and Sweetwater and Jose Lezcano have built a 2.5 length lead. Charming Fantasy is second, then Lucent Lady and Bermuda Longtail. Sweetwater splashes home on top and beats Charming Fantasy by 2.5 in the end. Then it was Lucent Lady and Bermuda Longtail.
Number 4, the favorite, Sweetwater, splashes home to victory and pays $4, owned by Gary Barber, Michael James Ambler, and Winways, trained by Mark Cassidy, ridden to victory today by Jose Lezcano. The second race, originally scheduled for 1 mile on the turf, to be run on the sloppy main track. These are claimers, fillies, and mares, 4-year-olds and up. Scratch 2, 3, 4, 6, and number 9, the 3 to 5 favorite, Reckless Move.
They're off. Archer Queen is sent out of there from the inside to show some early speed. And going up alongside is Starship Gambler now. And these two are joined by Summertime Music between them. And Summertime Music now grabs the lead. And then it's Reckless Move, who's fourth early on. And Famous Sting is last of the 5 as they race out of the chute and onto the backstretch, where it's Summertime Music in front through a 23 and 3 first quarter. Summertime Music 3/4 of a length ahead of Starship Gambler, who's second on the outside of Archer Queen down at the rail. Reckless Move fourth up the backstretch, and Famous Sting is trailing the quintet about 5.5 lengths off of front-running Summertime Music. John Cruz and Summertime Music will pass the half-mile pole in front, and they lead the way by 3/4 of a length through a 46 and 3 half-mile. Archer Queen creeping up closer on the outside. Now these two, and Archer Queen takes the lead midway on the far turn. Summertime Music drops back on the inside as Reckless Move takes second, and Starship Gambler grabs third. As they come toward the quarter pole, it is Archer Queen in front, but here comes Reckless Move, drawing up right alongside under a hand ride here from Tyler Gaffleone, and Reckless Move has taken the lead at the top of the stretch. Archer Queen is back into second, and then it's Starship Gambler in third, followed in fourth by Famous Sting on the outside. It's an all-easy win here for Reckless Move, never asked to run. Reckless Move and Tyler Gaffleone just cruising on home under the wire, 7 lengths ahead of Archer Queen. And then it was Starship Gambler and Famous Sting.
Number 7, Reckless Move, just cruises to victory and scores for Global Thoroughbreds LLC, trained by Gustavo Delgado, ridden to victory today by Tyler Gaffleone. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back for race number 3. Welcome back. The third race is 6 furlong maiden claiming event for 4-year-olds and upward. 9 runners going to the post.
They're off. Starship Menace is sent out of there from the far outside. Rapid Lightning's got speed. Starchy Lieutenant and Blogosphere from the inside. And Go Salvatore Go right behind them. And then it's Indie Artist, followed by Little Croupy, Hat-Trick's Victory, and Batting Cage is last of them all as the field heads up the backstretch in pursuit of Blogosphere and Eddie Castro. They're on top by a half a length. And then it's Go Salvatore Go running in second. Rapid Lightning is third, and they went 22-2 for the first quarter. Indie Artist follows in fourth as they move around the far turn. Now 3.5 lengths off the lead and clear from Hat-Trick's Victory. Starchy Lieutenant is next by another 4, and then Little Croupy, followed by Starship Menace on the outside and Batting Cage. And they're coming toward the top of the stretch, and it is Blogosphere on the inside. Rapid Lightning 3 wide, and Go Salvatore Go between them. Indie Artist is fourth after a 45 and 4 half mile, and Hat-Trick's Victory is also getting going on the far outside. Rapid Lightning strikes the front coming to the 8th pole. Hat-Trick's Victory on the far outside, and Go Salvatore Go down at the rail. It is Rapid Lightning in front. Go Salvatore Go on the inside coming on through. Hat-Trick's Victory is third. It's going to be Rapid Lightning. To beat Go Salvatore Go, then it was Hat-Trick's Victory, Indie Artist, and Starchy Lieutenant.
Number 8, Rapid Lightning springs the upset and pays $40 to win. Wins it by about a length. Owned by Walter Rosas Canessa and Robert Levatino. Trained by Walter Rosas Canessa and ridden to victory today by apprentice Vincente Guidel. The fourth race, originally scheduled for 5 furlongs on the turf to be run on the main track. These are claimers, fillies, and mares, 4-year-olds and upward. Scratch 3, scratch the number 6, scratch 9, scratch number 10, Irma Lee, the 4-5 favorite, number 8. Too Clever by half.
They're off. Too Clever by half with a sharp start from the far outside, going out to the front with Oxydian away running in second. And then it's Wild Eris on the inside and splitting horses Wellington's Appeal. And Wellington's Appeal is now rushed up to grab the lead as they move for the turn. Simple as That is back running in fifth, and it's a long way back to Aeolian, who's trailing the field. Wellington's Appeal on top as they make their way around the far turn, 3/4 of a length ahead of Too Clever by half, who's second by another 3.5. Then Simple as That, Oxydian on the inside, followed by Wild Eris, and far back is Aeolian. They're coming to the top of the stretch. Wellington's Appeal taken on by Too Clever by half once again, and they turn for home together after a 23 flat opening quarter mile. And now it is going to be Too Clever by half to take the lead from Wellington's Appeal. As Simple as That is trying to close in from the far outside, but Too Clever by half has opened up, and Too Clever by half and Eddie Castro are going to win going away here. Simple as That got second from Wellington's Appeal, and then Oxydian.
The favorite, number 8, Too Clever by half, wins it, pays $3.80, owned by Mark Valentine, trained by George Navarro, ridden to victory today by Eddie Castro. The fifth race, originally scheduled for 1 mile on the turf to be run on the main track at the same distance. This is a starter optional claimer for fillies and mares, 4-year-olds and up. Scratch the 1, scratch number 2, scratch the 7, number 8, and also scratch number 11, Spectacular Flash.
They're off. Fleet Mary sent out of there, but it's going to be Big N Toasty to grab the lead. Big N Toasty to the front. And then it's Indygita, followed by Mare on Fire. And moving up on the outside is Gorgeous Dream now up into third. So it's going to be Big N Toasty and Indygita to leave the chute 1-2. Gorgeous Dream running in third. And then comes Mare on Fire and Cardinal Cove down on the inside. And they're 3 lengths clear of a Fleet Mary, who's trailing the field early on, about 9 lengths off the dueling front runners, who went 23-3 for the first quarter mile. It is Indygita in front, Big N Toasty, a neck back on the outside, second by 3, Cardinal Cove now up running in third. Gorgeous Dream follows in fourth at the half-mile pole, and then it's Mare on Fire, and a Fleet Mary is 9 lengths from the front. The half-mile in 46-1. And it is Indygita and Paco Lopez 3/4 of a length in front of Big N Toasty, 3 furlongs from the finish. It's 3 lengths more to Cardinal Cove, then Gorgeous Dream to the outside, and Mare on Fire. A Fleet Mary continues to race well behind the field as they come toward the quarter pole. It is Indygita, Big N Toasty, 2 lengths clear of Cardinal Cove and Gorgeous Dream. Mare on Fire trying to progress from 5th, swings up on the far outside. 3/4, 111 and 1, they're into the stretch. And it's Indygita and Big N Toasty. Indygita on the inside, Big N Toasty on the outside. These two sprint clear of the others. Indygita holding off Big N Toasty. And at the 16th pole, Indygita's got it. Indygita and Paco Lopez to win, going away over Big N Toasty, then Mare on Fire and Cardinal Cove.
Number 5, Indygita takes some wire-to-wire and pays $12.20, owned by Drawing Away Stable, trained by Phil Serpy, and ridden to victory today by Paco Lopez. Sixth race is a 1-mile maiden claiming event for 4-year-olds and upward. 9 runners in the field. The off-time favorite, number 4, our Commodore.
They're off. And it is Mountain Cry on the inside who comes out running well. Stonescape also with early speed, and rushing through on the inside is Fury of the Nile. It's going to be Mountain Cry to lead the way early on. Stonescape is running in second position. On the far outside, Primetime Tommy goes up as the field makes their way out of the chute. Then High Quality Prince in between horses. Attilius is right there as well as they continue up the backstretch through 1/4 in 23 and 3/5 seconds. It's Mountain Cry who leads the way. Stonescape is running in second. Primetime Tommy third on the outside. Our Commodore right behind them running in fourth. 1.5 lengths back to High Quality Prince on the far outside. At the rail, it's Awesome Sting. Attilius between those two. 3 lengths more back to Fury of the Nile and Dane's Pulpit at the back. A 47 flat half-mile. Around the far turn they go. Our Commodore has taken the lead on the outside. Mountain Cry hangs in there at the rail. These two stride for stride up front. Awesome Sting just in behind the leaders. Now up into third and 1.5 lengths off of them. Then Stonescape, followed by High Quality Prince, who drops back while wide in fifth. They're coming to the top of the stretch, 3/4 in 113 flat. Our Commodore on the outside of Mountain Cry. Our Commodore to the front. Our Commodore pulling away, and now Mountain Cry switches to the outside and tries to re-rally in second. Our Commodore, Mountain Cry on the outside second, coming down to the line. It's going to be Our Commodore to beat Mountain Cry. And then it was Awesome Sting, Stonescape, and Attilius.
Nice performance by number 4, our Commodore to win it. Pays $3.60. Owned by Harold Ventures, LLC. Trained by Todd Pletcher. And ridden to victory today by Javier Castellano. We're going to take a short break and be back for the 7th race in just a bit.
Saturday, January 16th, Gulfstream Park. With over $1 million on the line, you can bet the competition is going to heat up. Florida-bred horses battle it out in the Sunshine Million Stakes. Purchase a seat and receive a world-class racing cooler while supplies last. 6 huge stakes races. One unforgettable day. Saturday, January 16th, Sunshine Million Stakes. First race, 12:05 p.m. Welcome to your playground. Gulfstream Park.
Welcome back. The 7th race, 6 furlong starter optional claimer for 3-year-olds, which have started for a claiming price of $50,000 or less. 8 runners going to the post.
They're off. Lying Chief came out the best and goes out to take the early lead with Extravagant Kid rushing through on the inside. Strike Up the Band came out running in third between those two. More Mia is fourth and down on the inside. Then comes Flip Shot, Duffel Bag on the far outside as they continue their way up the backstretch. And now Strike Up the Band is near the back of the field alongside of Graphite Strike as they head for the far turn. And the leader is Extravagant Kid. Extravagant Kid battling up front with strong composition between horses. And to the outside of them, it's Lying Chief. These three all right together, and they're about to be joined by More Mia, who's on the move up into third and heading for the top two on the far turn. Then Flip Shot Duffel Bag on the outside. Strike Up the Band moving in company with Graphite Strike from the back of the field. A half mile in 45 and 4. They're into the stretch, and Extravagant Kid turns for home in front. Strong composition on the outside, now moves up alongside. Strike Up the Band is right behind them, running in third, trying to close in. Strong composition, Extravagant Kid, Strike Up the Band between those two. Here comes Strike Up the Band on the inside of Strong Composition. Strike Up the Band got there. Strong Composition was second, then Extravagant Kid, Graphite Strike, and More Mia.
Number 5, Strike Up the Band wins, pays $9, gives jockey Javier Castellano his second victory on the card, owned by Ken and Sarah Ramsey and trained by Mike Maker. Race number 8, 1 mile and 1/16. It's an allowance for 4-year-olds and upward. We're going to have 8 runners going to the post.
They're off. Thundergram and Duval Street go out to the front together. These two for the early lead as they move into the turn. Flatlined and Scorch on the outside are next. And then Morning Dancer, Securitiz, followed by Tiztown and 7th Fleet Humor. On the first turn, it's Thundergram. Quick out of the gate and in front by a length and a half over Scorch as the field makes their way to the backstretch. And then comes Duval Street and Securitiz on the outside, who now takes third after a 23-1 first quarter. A length and a half to Morning Dancer, and then comes Flatlined and Tiztown. 7th Fleet Humor trails the field, racing 9 lengths off the lead onto the backstretch. Thundergram up top, leads it by 2. And then comes Scorch, Duval Street, and Securitiz fourth on the outside. Flatlined is next, and then Morning Dancer, 7th Fleet Humor, out of last now, having gone by Tiztown after a 46-2 half mile. They make their way for the far turn. Thundergram still the leader. Scorch getting closer now in second. Duval Street and Securitiz continued to keep each other company third and fourth. Flatlined is fifth on the far turn and now being ridden along to go. After that, it's Morning Dancer, 7th Fleet Humor, and Tiztown on the inside. Around the far turn, Thundergram has given way. It's Scorch and Securitiz now, 1-2. They went 3 quarters in 1-11-2, and Scorch and Securitiz turned for home 5 in front of the rest. Duval Street has moved up into third. They're into the stretch, and it's Scorch in front. Scorch gets clear, opens up to lead by 2.5. Securitiz is second best as they come down to the finish, where it will be Paco Lopez and Scorch to score. Then Securitiz, Duval Street, followed by Tiztown and Flatline.
Number 6, Scorch. Scorches them and wins and pays $24.80, owned by Augustin Stable, trained by Mark Frostad, and that gives jockey Paco Lopez his second victory on the card. Race number 9, originally scheduled for 1 mile on the turf to be run on the main track. These are maiden 3-year-olds. Scratch the 1, the 3, the 5, the 6, the 7, and the 8. And the jockey on the 2 is Paco Lopez.
They're off. Sir Dudley Diggs came in a bit at the start there. Will go out to the front in company with Cold Blood, and down on the inside, Prove now comes on through. And It's All Relevant is close up as well. It's All Relevant, Sir Dudley Diggs. These two now joined by 91 Assault on the outside. Prove is running in fourth. Ransack fifth to the outside. Then it's Derby Champagne. Cold Blood is next, and Parting Gift is last of them all. The first quarter's up in 23-2. Up the backstretch, It's All Relevant leads the way. Sir Dudley Diggs is second, and 91 Assault is third on the outside, with Prove right behind them, fourth by a length and a half. And they're followed by Ransack and Derby Champagne right together, and then Parting Gift. Cold Blood last at the half-mile pole, and they go by the first half-mile in 46 seconds flat. It's All Relevant, and John Velasquez on top into the far turn. It's a length lead over 91 Assault, who's running in second by 2. Sir Dudley Diggs under a ride now, so too Prove on the outside. And they're followed by Ransack and Derby Champagne. The others have work to do as they arrive at the quarter pole. It's All Relevant on top by a length and a half over 91 Assault, with Prove circling up on the outside. 3/4 in 1:11 and 1. They're into the stretch, and It's All Relevant in hand as they turn for home here. Now opening up by 5 as they come by the 8th pole. It's All Relevant all alone. And then it's Prove, Sir Dudley Diggs and 91 Assault. But it's going to be It's All Relevant. It's All Relevant coming under the wire. An 8-length winner here over Prove. Then Sir Dudley Diggs, 91 Assault, and Derby Champagne.
What an impressive performance by number 14. It's All Relevant. Scores and pays of $5 even. Owned by Meavy Racing Stable, LLC, Brooklyn Boys Stable. Trained by Dom Schettino and ridden to victory today by John Velasquez. We're going to take a short break and we'll be back for the late Daily Double. Welcome back. Our 10th race, a 7-furlong sprint. It's an allowance optional claimer for 3-year-olds and upward. Scratch the number 5, Cardio Cowboy.
They're off. It was a good start for the favorite Zulu. Decisions also came out well. Prospectus from the inside, and between horses there goes Pilot House to be a part of the early pace and all the way up to take the lead now. Then Avast Matey, Nygon's Edge, and the trailer up the backstretch is Brighton Lane. Pilot House in front as the field heads up the backstretch, now in the clear, a length and a half. And then it's Zulu on the outside second. They went the opening quarter mile in 22 3/5 seconds. Decisions is third. Avast Matey goes up on the outside fourth. On the rail it's Prospectus and then Nygon's Edge and Brighton Lane. Into the far turn. Pilot House is the leader, but Zulu is now just a half length behind on the outside. These two will go by the 3-furlong pole together and complete the first half mile in 45 3. There goes Zulu. Zulu takes the lead on the outside, having gone by Pilot House, but Avast Matey is right in contention and is now moving up into second as they come toward the top of the stretch. And now John Velasquez asking more from Zulu as they turn for home. Avast Matey on the outside tries to run with him. Then comes Prospectus, who's gaining ground in between horses. Zulu kicks away suddenly here to a 5-length lead, leaving the others reeling behind. Oh, Zulu finishing strong and wins again. Zulu by about 7 in the end. Tight second, maybe Prospectus over Avast Matey in a photo, then Nygon's Edge and Brighton Lane.
Number 8, Zulu, just cruises past the wire. Boy, watch this horse. Might be in the Lamb Home South Holy Bull. Owned by Michael Tabor, Mrs. John Magna, Derek Smith, and Stone Street Stables, trained by Todd Pletcher. And that gives jockey John Velasquez his second victory on the card. The 11th race, originally scheduled for 1 mile and 1/16 on the turf, to be run on the main track. Maiden claimers fillies, 3-year-olds. Scratch the 1, the 4, the 5, the 6, and the number 8 horse.
They're off. And it's Grand Chama who comes out running well. Monkey Mo on the outside's got speed too, and these two will take them into the first turn 1-2. And they're clear of Temple Fur, who's away running in third behind them and racing right up alongside of Bottom Page Pick as they make their way around that first turn. And then it's back to Rora Ima, followed by Megatoni to the inside. The trailers are Marriage Material and Champagne Time as they head on to the backstretch. And Monkey Mo leads the way through a 24 flat opening quarter mile. On top by a length and a half, Grand Chama running in second by 2. And then it's Temple Fur in third, now 3.5 lengths off the lead, and being tracked by Rora Ima and Bottom Page Pick on the inside. Megatoni is 6 lengths off the top right now. Champagne Time 9 lengths from the lead and right alongside of Marriage Material as long shot Monkey Mo heads them up the backstretch. Ran 48 and 3 for a half mile. Monkey Mo a length and a half to Grand Chama as they race for the far turn. Temple Fur is third and starting to close in quickly now. And here comes Temple Fur making a run on the far turn up alongside of Monkey Mo. These two 1-2 now as Temple Fur takes the lead. And Grand Chama's running in third. Megatony follows in fourth. Champagne Time is picking it up now with an inside trip. 5 lengths off the lead. Temple Fur now turning for home, 2.5 in front of Grand Chama. Monkey Mo is dropped back on the inside, and now up into third is Champagne Time, but it is Temple Fur who's going to turn for home in front and is in control. Temple Fur by 6 as they come to the final 16th. And then it's Champagne Time, and they're followed by Grand Chama. Temple Fur coming home a winner here, and it's going to be Champagne Time second, and then came Grand Chama and Monkey Mo.
Number 7, Temple Fur, cruises under the wire and pays $6.40. Owned by Brian Rice, trained by Jessica Campitelli, and ridden to victory today by Orlando Boca Chica. In the pick 5, 5 of 5, $371.60. 4 of 5, $3.95. In the Rainbow 6, numerous tickets, 6 of 6, $341.72. The carryover going into the Sunshine Millions card, $14,061.40. There is a carryover in the Super High 5 of $2,723.63. And that wraps up Friday's card. Remember, tomorrow, first race post 12:05 p.m. We will have a 12-race card, including those 6 fantastic Sunshine Million races for Florida breds. What a fun weekend it's going to be here. And don't forget, Saturday evening, the Eclipse Awards for 2015. You got to be at Gulfstream Park. Good night and good luck.